And next up, we have Hayes Humphreys, the Chief Operating Officer of Devil's Backbone. What's up, Hayes?
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
I was just giving Bobby Slattery from 50 West crap about his beard, and the other day we were talking about you and your baby face.
I know, it's nice. I got some years back. I'm looking younger.
You are
feeling younger.
You're feeling refreshed.
Good, yeah. Counterculture within craft beer.
I know.
No beard.
Yeah, man, stands out.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a good look. Well,
Nice.
I wanted to get into Devil's Backbone and what you guys got going on. You mentioned that you guys have a packaging refresh. You're going to be releasing 15 packs, and you're also going to be playing in a lot of the spaces that we talked about in there. Tell me a little bit about what's on deck for Devil's Backbone.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've had a huge evolution in our thinking about how we innovate and go to market with things. As much as we thought in the past we were thinking about consumers when we were creating products, I think by bringing in some kind of fresh talent, empowering some people within the company, we had a nice realization that, to a certain extent, we were still the brewer that was making the things that we thought were cool and trying to get people to like them. And so going into this year, I think we really took a look at our market and what's selling in our home market and where the trends are and tried to, innovate in those spaces in a way that is authentically Devil's Backbone. So we've come up with a couple of things. We've gotten on board with 15 packs, so we just launched 15 packs in Vienna Lager, Gold Leaf Lager, and we have a third coming in January, our Striped Bass Pale Ale, which is a cool product. We donate $1 a case to the Chesapeake Bay Foundation there, so it's a really locally relevant, feel-good product. And we're launching in the spring a seasonal 12-pack. Our seasonal 6-pack is on fire right now. We're up about 35% in Virginia, and Virginia is flat overall right now in terms of the IRI measured channels, and so that seems like a really good prospect for us. And then, as you mentioned, kind of creating some new-to-the-world things that really line up with the trends that we've been talking about here, which is, going to be a little bit in the lower ABV, products that have, some nutritional cases to make, basically. So we've introduced this fall a product we call Hibiscus Hard Lemonade. So it is a premium hard lemonade product. We make it with Meyer lemon juice, we make it with lemon zest, we make it with Belgian candy sugar, and we ferment it all the way down, and we back sweeten with a 0-calorie sweetener. So it's a sugar-free product, it's gluten-free, it's low-calorie, it's low-carb, and it's got a really nice premium kind of taste profile. So it tastes like homemade lemonade rather than kind of something really sugary. It's got a nice tartness to it. And then next spring we're pretty close to announcing a beer that will come in under 100 calories per serving. So really excited about that as well.
What type of beer would that be? Would that be in sort of the lager space, or where would that fall?
Yeah, so it's going to be a light sessionable product with a little bit of hop character and a little bit of flavor as well, to make sure that as we kind of pull calories out, we're not pulling flavor out, right? Mm-hmm. I think what makes it a craft product is that it's full flavored and you want to pick it up and drink it, and so that's been the challenge as we've been innovating there.
It does sound like you guys have a lot on the table as far as innovation. So you're finding that people are looking for like these lemonade products, these health and wellness options. What else are consumers sort of seeking that you guys are trying to meet them where they are?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest piece, and then continuing to manage the variety within the craft portfolio. I think what we've talked a lot about here is that you want to continue to focus on the things that have worked for you in the past and make sure that you're continuing to appeal to the base of people that brought you here, which is, for us is that craft consumer and maybe a little beyond that. But there's another 85 or 80% of the world out there that's looking for other things. And so when we talk about things like Hibiscus Hard Lemonade, that is that attempt to go out and meet them where they are and bring new people into the category. I think the big question here is, how everyone's talking about how do we make beer more appealing? How do we get more people to consider beer on different occasions and different need states? And we've all sort of suggested that we have to do different things than we're doing in the past, and so that's what we're trying to do next year.
How long have you been with Devil's Backbone?
I've been with Devil's since 2011, so I'm going on my 8th year.
Okay, so in 2011 or any time throughout, did you ever think that you'd see sort of these shifts that we've seen where, Devil's Backbone would be making a hard lemonade, Devil's Backbone would be looking at these lower calorie options?
I don't think so. I think the industry's changed a lot. I think our thinking has changed a lot. I think, as soon as, growth slows from 20, 25% a year to where it is now, and like I said, Virginia's flat, all of a sudden you really have to expand your thinking and start trying to find new opportunities to grow. I mean, there's opportunity out there. It's just you have to get out of your comfort zone a little bit. So, no, I wouldn't have foreseen it, but it's been fun, and I think it's been, I think a really important experience for us as a company to start. This would be the first thing that we've innovated where we sit around the table and some of the people at the table sort of say, it's not what I would drink, but somebody will drink it, right? We're not making it for ourselves, we're making it for other people, and that's important, I think, to our long-term success.
And it seems like you guys are able to be nimble, or at least you're looking to be more nimble than you have in the past.
We are. We are more nimble than we were in the past, and we're continuing to try to be more nimble. We released a beer in partnership with the Redskins this fall called Ale to the Redskins, and we were able to put that out in about a month and a half, which is incredibly fast, probably not best practice fast, but we could do it, which was exciting, and I think to continue that variety and make sure that we're providing people with, something that's always interesting from Devil's Backbone, it's going to have to become a core competency for us to become more nimble. And to accomplish that, we've created an internal innovation team and started to put some structure and framework around the process to make sure that we can, I used to say and would still say, like, we had a development or like an innovation puddle, and we've taken that and built a pipeline. So now we've got things that are in different stages of innovation, whereas before it was like, pub, do we like it? Okay, large scale. Now we've got some stage gates along the way to test these things.
Creating a beer like that that's branded with the Washington Redskins, have you found that sort of created a new, was it a new entryway to consumers that you hadn't reached before?
I think so. I was blown away by the response. We had Darren Ravel from ESPN kind of announce the first, he got the first cans and tried them on Twitter Live, and I knew that the football team's fan base was passionate and excited. I had no idea how quickly that would transition, to our product, by association, and the response on social media was incredible, and you have people jumping on and talking about, how they now want to go to games. It's available only in the stadium, and so it's helping to drive business to the stadium. It's helping us. It's been a really nice kind of symbiotic relationship, I think, there.
How fast did that partnership come together?
Pretty quickly. Like I said, we got the beer out in about 6 weeks. They came to us kind of in the middle of the summer, and were interested in finding ways to make the game day experience exciting and interesting, and this was one of the things they were interested in doing. So,
you mentioned that you guys are going to have, what, 3 15-packs?
We'll have 3 15-packs out in the spring, yep.
What price point are they going to be at?
So we come in competitive with the other 15-packs that are out there. I mean, it varies a little bit by state to state. So, Founders sort of sets the curve, and we work with that.
I wouldn't think that for a company that's partnered with Anheuser-Busch, I wouldn't think that someone would say, Founders has set the curve, but I guess that's where we are in 2018.
I mean, I think they set the package format, and they set the price point, right? And it is effectively a value proposition for the consumer. And we talk a lot in the industry about how do we make sure we don't discount our brands, right? We've worked really hard to build brands that have equity that's worth paying for. But there's been a shift in the market in terms of the 15-pack, and we need to play in it, and so that's where we are.
Was that a hard decision to make as far as choosing the brands? Oh.
In terms of choosing the brands, no. I mean, we put our best-selling beer in it. We put a golden lager, which is really an emerging category, and we put a pale ale, which we just saw, is a growing category. And for us, again, with $1 a case going to the Chesapeake Bay Foundation, is an incredibly regionally relevant product.
Right on. Well, thanks, Hayes. I appreciate the time, man. Good seeing you.
Can I plug you guys real quick?
Yeah.
I've been coming to this thing for a long time, 6 or 7 years, however long you guys have been doing it, and I know this is the first year you went to 2 days, and it's been the best lineup ever. The group of attendees is amazing. So anybody sitting at home watching, thinking about whether to come next year, you should come. It's worth the investment.
There you have it, and that's not rehearsed. That's from the heart.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, we got to kick it back to the main stage. We're going to have the Pitch Slam finals. I am Justin Kindle. This is Hayes Humphreys. We appreciate it. Stay tuned.